So today we're looking at a 2400 PlayStation 4 console player, Reinhardt player, main tank, on Route 66 using LFT, I'm guessing. Okay, so you hit tab a ton. I love it already. So Reinhardt Hog, interesting. Ana Moira, interesting to see Ana on console. Genji Junkrat, I like those two. Ana on console is actually really, 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 really bad most of the time, almost all the time. Even in Season 3, during the Ana meta, like Triple Tank Ana, we didn't really use Ana. We used mostly Mercy. As Ana's inconsistent, and she's hard to hit shots with on console, especially if you're not playing at the highest level. Because from what my experiences with Overwatch on console is like you can climb to the highest level with either amazing pure raw mechanics or with a great understanding of the game. But it's not the same understanding of the game like with Overwatch League, like know how the pros play or contenders play or something like that. Console has its own meta. So I'm kind of a little surprised to see this Hog here, because Hog's not bad. Like, I'm sure this is shield break Hog, but you're going to be kind of left alone. So you're going to have to play this game a little bit more passive than you like, but you have the extra heals with a Moira and an Ana.
Go down here, I guess.
So you guys are going to decide to hold low ground, here, which isn't bad. Yeah,
they've got a
make the right call at your
Symmetra. Can you guys like watch out?
So right off the bat here, you're going to take this fight. You're already going to be 1,000 shield.
Someone get the turrets behind.
And 1,000 shield. So I'm not a huge fan of this because your Junkrat's peeking in the beginning. This is a console. I remember how to shoot on console, and nobody in really gold I thought could shoot, like, period. So he's not going to get dinked by a Widow. He'd have to be really, really dumb, like, and just pure luck to get dinked by something. So the fact that there was a Narissa just sitting there in the beginning where
go down here.
You peek this corner,
down here,
and they just start melting your shield down. And they're also running double main tank, which is a little weird.
Can you guys, like,
I wouldn't even have peeked this, just
the
because there's no need to. Wait till right here, where this corner is, because once they get to this corner, their Arissa has to be standing somewhere in this vicinity. And when she's standing in that vicinity, she drops her shield. You can push right past the shield and start to do some damage, or help your team out either way. Unfortunately, you lost both supports. How did that even happen?
You guys, like, watch out. Can someone get the turrets behind me?
Okay, I'm confused. Those are going to watch a little more. So your supports are dead. So you need to just die here and get out. So in that situation, both your supports die. When you're up here, if you see both of them die, walk towards this cart right here and just die. Just try to get some, like, ult charge, get a kill, like, you know, like, start swinging on stuff, but you're dead. You want to come up and just die on cart, because they're not going to get any push. So unfortunately, when you die, which is going to happen regardless, the cart ends here. When it was back, it's the little things. It really is. Turret focus.
Oh, what did I got?
Is Sim a big thing on console? Because of the...
Hey, what servers are we on?
No aim. So I just probably start making some calls. So a lot during this, like when you're walking in, this is all fine. This is all fine. Like walking in, telling your team to walk in. Maybe like telling like who to engage onto, like this monkey. Like tell your team like focus monkey.
All right, that doesn't make any sense.
Get a better kill on him.
This is actually
so
annoying.
This is you're just kind of struggling to stay alive. That sucks. Okay, let's see if we could play this better. Ready? Let's go back and through it. So, in the beginning, I probably would have just talked about the game a little bit more instead of connection once you got into the fight.
Alright, that doesn't make any sense then.
That's just my personal opinion. But onto the Sarissa, I would have pushed up on her right here instead of playing back. You have 400 HP, almost 500 HP, and almost no ult charge. The Tracer just comes up and sticks you. But your supports are kind of getting fucked on. I don't know if it's a lot harder to tell what's going on console. Let me just turn up the volume all the way, because I'm having a hard time even hearing what's going on. Like, I'm not hearing a tracer or anything. So, like, the monkey jumps right up and over you. Monkey no jump is a huge thing, especially if the monkey just committed, which he ends up doing. He's right behind you. if you turn around and charge this way, and the reason this would be a good charge is because there's 2 steps to charging. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to do this mini-series after if I have time. You know what? I'm fucking excited. There's 2 steps to charging as Reinhardt. Most people only think about 1. Who you're going after and how you're going to hit them. And where do you end up? The reason there's 2 steps to it is because if you hit part 1, right, you connect the charge, even if it's a squishy and you kill them, if you end up in the enemy team or end up too far away from your team and your team has to overextend to get you, or you feed, it's not worth it. Because main tank is pretty much the most important role in the game, other than main support, which is the second probably most important. As long as they're alive in the beginning of a fight, that's why they're targeted the most. That's why everyone wanted Mercy or Zen. But this charge would have been perfect, because you could have pinned the monkey here, you could have accidentally got the tracer, and whatnot. So you're playing very passive here, which I understand why, but your supports are kind of getting dicked on. So when your supports are getting killed like
This is actually annoying.
You're going to have to try to change up your playstyle. Because they're going to need some help. Whether it's... Okay, so they pick up a Brigida too, so that's good. Whether it comes from you or whatnot.
This is actually annoying. Yeah, but like, they're just picking us apart.
You're already tilted. I'm not really allowed to say anything because I do this shit all the fucking time. But I would just try to advise to not tilt your team, going like this is ridiculous and whatnot, because it is still first fight. Like, I do this too, don't get me wrong, but I don't do it really after first fight. I do it after like 3 fights. Once we get into 3 or 4 fight territory where we literally haven't gotten a kill, it's like, guys, what's happening? Like, then I'll lose my shit. But I'm just going to tell you as a good person, try not to. Just because it's better in the long run. Also here, with who you're running for tanks, I'm not sure if Reinhardt is the call. Because
no bubble.
With Reinhardt here, the question is, who do you shield? So Moira, I guess. Moira is a yeah.
Tracing a recall?
Hog, he's kind of self-sustained. Brigida is a demon.
Well,
Soldier's mostly on the
pretty
high
good at shield
ground,
breaking.
so you're not typically going to be there.
I need some heals.
But
on
Soldier's
top.
still technically a yes.
Moira?
Do you still have Junkrat, or did you switch that up? Okay, so you end up getting hurt by this pulse bomb. You probably shouldn't have even taken any damage. Just so you know, for the future, I don't think it sticks you. No, you just didn't react to it in time. It's okay. Just so you know, in the future, though, if you do get stuck on your shield with a pulse bomb, you can drop shield and put it right back up and just back up a little bit, and you won't take damage. It'll fall on the ground. So I thought that's what might have happened there.
I've got shatter.
Also, too, with their monkey having bubble and whatnot, and you running a Moira, you have to be very careful that you're getting your heals choked off by Moira. So something just keep in mind. It's always just practice, though.
Hey, let's take this corner right here.
So this is a good spot. This is a really good spot. So I wouldn't have shield up here. I would stand firm with no shield. So you've already lost about 300. If you just stand there and just move left and right, so normally on PC it's 80-80 strafing, on console of course it's left and right stick movement. Just move around. Just let them shoot at you, but just move around. And like you can shield flash and whatnot, but you have a lot of armor. You might feel the little bit of ult charge, but it's absolutely worth it in the end because you're already down to 800 shield.
I'm half health.
And
thank you.
If there's an instance comes up where you're going to need shield again, you don't have a lot left. So this is one of those charges I was talking about, whereas you thought about part 1 of who you're going to charge and how you're going to charge them, but not part 2. Part 2 is you went too far. Now, if you had went for this charge and this was your target box right here, you would went for this corner. So like, let's say even if you miss the charge, you still know that you're going to hit that corner. That's the way I would have went.
Right there on the left.
But yeah, so about that corner is where you would want to aim because you wouldn't go too far. You want to stay with your team.
Winston?
Also, yeah, just do not be afraid to swing here. There's nobody really need to be shielding. Also, you're up in this fight. So this is when you hold forward and you need to do some damage. So they get the res off. That sucks, because that was a very preventable res. In all honesty, if I saw this happening right in front of me, right here, this is a hit charge a moment. 110%. You just go for that Mercy. I don't care where you end up. You could literally have made your end target be the Orisa if you had done this right. You don't want this res to go off. And even if she gets the res off,
Fortunate.
killing that Mercy while you're up in that fight is 100% worth it. Because now it's even again. And she pops Valk. So this is really bad. For your team, I mean. Not your play, just for your team. That's going to actually swing the fight, probably.
Tracer behind. I need help.
Oh, you charge off into no man's land. So yeah, this is what I was talking about with knowing part 2. Because now you're way out of the fight. Their Winston is kind enough to come help you and start giving you some ult charge. But the fight's over. Your team's dead. So yeah, so your team's dead here. You honestly could have won this fight if you had gotten that Mercy, if you had taken the initiative, or if earlier on, instead of backing off.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the Mercy had came back. So after you get the tire kill, right here, this is where you need to go aggressive. So this is where I was talking about it. So you're up quite a bit in this fight. And you play passive. So you get a couple swings off on the Winston.
Did you just use your
ulti? But then you back off after the pulse bomb. Which, your soldier's dead, yeah, but I wouldn't be scared because your soldier's dead. I would have kept going. Tell your team,
that's unfortunate.
Like, let's go forward. Right there is the res. That's the fight. That's where they swinging on you. They pop Valk. It's over. So yeah, that's where you end up losing the fight. It was right there. There was 2 opportunities to win that fight. Whether realizing the opportunity of being more aggressive or the Mercy kill.
Yeah.
Either one of them would have won you that fight. So as a main tank, something that's important to do, especially with an LFT group, and no one's really talking here, is...
We got anything to contest the Widow?
You should probably start like talking about what we're going to do this fight. Just start communicating, hey, like, we have this ult, this ult, this ult. Let's use this. Even if you're not ult tracking, even if you don't know how to ult track yet, that's fine. Just maybe walking in with a plan is a good idea to have.
Dead?
Also, when situations like that, like little situation when there's a tracer behind you and your team's behind you, just shield forward. Don't shield the tracer. Shield forward. Just have faith in your team that they will protect you and you will protect them from everybody else.
Mercy's low.
Because they will kill that tracer. Okay, so you win this fight. So you have Shatter. So you might want to say to your Brigitte, hey, let's bash Shatter and then count down. 3, 2, 1. And then the Brigitte will bash on 1. And when right when she goes to the bash on 1, you hit Shatter.
Looks like they're going left side.
But they still have their Orisa, actually. I didn't think they still had the Orisa. With the Orisa here, you can push right past shield and pop Shatter if you need to.
Oh, Widow's
This is not your job. This is not your job. Okay, good. But you're confused. You're very confused here. You don't know who to fight or who to shield. So for this couple seconds, for right here, until
Widow's Tracer behind.
I'll go get the Widow.
Until here, you're confused. You don't know what to do. You need to just pick one. Whether it was the right decision or the wrong decision, you need to pick one. So you get the Shatter off. I don't think you got anybody with it though. Unlucky. But I like though you announced you were going to Shatter though. That's good. So this is one of those opportunities you might want to charge, just because you're really close to the enemy. Well, of course, you know, before you got stuck. So you guys end up winning the fight. Good.
Oh, where is she?
I'd probably hit tab here and say what you have for ults.
She's behind us somewhere. Watch out.
So yeah, kill this Tracer. She needs to die. Oh my God, she got out alive. That's crazy.
Shatter again?
Yep. Hit it. Too late. Too late. Window's gone. Window's gone. So you said to your team, I'm gonna Shatter here, and in that window of time where you had a great Shatter opportunity, which was right here, where you had 4 targets ready to go.
You got Shatter again?
You announced it, didn't do it, and now it's gone. Windows of opportunities in Overwatch are
Bridget?
quick, and as you climb, they become slower and slower. Like, I mean, quicker and quicker they close.
They've got a
like that window of opportunity took about 2 seconds to close. The higher you climb, it might be 0.3.
Ferris behind. Moira, I think you're like the only one that can reach him.
Yeah, no, you don't send your Moira alone in that. No, no, no. She's dead. So you either have to go with your Moira in that case, even if like it makes no sense to, or you need to tell someone on your team, help our Moira, help our Moira, help our Moira. Because you're dead
I'm
here.
dead.
So, there's a lot of things that could have been changed here. If you still had your Shatter, if you had used it in the beginning of that last fight, you probably would have
So
just
she went
had
from
ult
one
charge
really annoying character to
because
another one.
you would have been able to just build more
Ferris
off of them
behind.
instead of
Moira, I think you're like the only one that can reach
only
him.
having like 3 going into this fight. We're going to charge this Winston in here because he's really close range. But the biggest thing is your Moira. When your Moira goes for something really dumb like that, you need to either just tell your team to help her out or do it yourself. Most likely it's the first one where you tell your team like she needs help because it wouldn't make sense for you to go. But she can't do that alone. Plus you lose your heals. Brigitte can't self-sustain a team alone. So you're not really shielding anyone right there. So even I'm just being really nitpicky for little things. So think about it. When you walk out here and your Moira is standing in front of your shield, you're standing behind her shielding, not moving. Or like moving really slowly. So they're getting cart push up here. I know it's like little, it's a couple seconds. It's really not that big. But it is as you climb. So just little improvements you can even make along the way are big. Just constantly thinking like, what am I doing here? Like, is that like, was am I shielding anybody? Like, or should I be pushing forward? Should I be pushing back? Yeah, you don't have anyone to heal you here, I don't think, other than Brigitte.
Who's the last one?
Moira's dead.
Who's on point? Who's on point?
Moira.
But you guys clutch up. Nice. So you guys lose this game? That's crazy. This is like a very winnable game. I think I know what's going to lose you this game, though. I wonder if it comes true.
What's even the point of going to McDonald's if you're going to buy a salad?
Pick that Bridget. Pick that Bridget.
What's even the point of going to McDonald's if you're going to buy a salad?
I 110% agree.
Do they not have a... They don't have a main tank. They have no shield, guys.
Great read. They don't have a main tank. That's perfect. Now that you've made that read, you need to call out this Widow's top left. Your team kills her anyways. You need to move forward with the left stick. Normally, hold W. Go. 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 Because you needed to be taking some space here. You're staying with the cart a lot, which is okay. But if you're going to stay with the cart, I want you up here where the Zarya is. I want you to be on top of her. You should be doing damage and whatnot. Because their team's dead. You don't need to be shielding here. If you lose somebody, fine. But as long as you get ult charge and are able to do some damage, that's big. Because you're really scared here. You're letting your team stand in front of you.
Barrier.
You need to be the... If you play main tank, you have to think of yourself as like the shield of the team. You need to be in front. The shield's never behind.
Oh, their Pharah's behind.
So you lose your Widow, unfortunately. But this is one of those opportunities. Even right here, you can charge. Charge toward the corner of this this sign, because if the diva goes to fly out, if she goes too late to fly out, you hit her. If she goes this way, she comes towards your team. Either way, you put a lot of pressure onto her. But you're staying a lot with payload.
So
it's okay to push up here. You already have 2 or 3 people that are here.
Metro now?
You just need to play aggressive. You're you're up here a million, and you're playing passive. Great fire strike. Nice job. Charge here. Go for it. You have the ability. You have the sustain. You have your team. Go for it. I want you to see one. Charging is not always a good thing because people typically feed their brains off, but
I'm dead.
That's unfortunate. That was not the charge I wanted to see. Oof. But yeah, there's the biggest thing in Overwatch is winning fights, not pushing the payload. People are obsessed with the payload. They are scared and obsessed with the payload. Like you could be up 4 in a fight, and there's 2 of them left trying to get out, and you're standing next to them and pretty much able to kill them. You just have to finish it, and the team will start screaming at you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Push the payload! Push the payload!
Just keep going.
And people will leave them and go back and push the payload. If you guys get full health here, it's because you guys didn't play aggressive in the beginning.
They use 2 ults.
You guys let them regroup and stagger. That's the biggest thing of lower ranks, is everybody staggers all the time. So you being able to capitalize on their staggers, even if it's just you capitalizing on it, can help swing it into your favor, and over time you will climb.
60. Yeah, I just saw it. Okay,
So I like this approach better. I don't like going through tunnel. It's kind of a death trap. Especially when they have a Pharah. So you're holding Mick right click a lot. a lot. It's okay to take damage with your supports behind you. If you just walk forward,
right
you walk
there.
forward faster, and on top of that too, you will give ult charge to the enemy team a little bit, but you give your supports ult charge.
Zarya's,
The biggest thing,
Zarya's
though, of
half,
course,
Zarya's
is
half.
saving this, your shield. Because you might need it later. That was a good charge. Unfortunately, you got punished because your team was kind of down a little bit, and your support had just gotten picked. But that was a good charge. I liked it.
Alright, wait up. Let's wait for 6.
I'd like to see more aggression early, though. Where a lot of hold right-click and walk forward,
Why we weren't able
We got grabbed.
when you
We
can,
couldn't
or
follow up on
hold
it.
shield and walk forward, when you can just be walking forward. Like, even right here, even if you eat a
I mean,
right-click or
they've
two,
dumped. So the only
you
thing
can
is
start to...
self-destruct.
Oh, I
and-
just skipped forward instead of pausing. You can time these right-clicks. So as she's starting to launch them towards you, drop shield. And then the second she fires another
I
one,
mean,
put it
they've
back up.
dumped every
and then
single
drop
ult.
it.
So the
And then
only
when
thing
she
we gotta
fires
worry
another one,
about
put it back up.
is
You'll get those little
self-destruct
skips forward,
and
and it's much faster than
barrage.
holding shield and moving forward.
They're coming
I'm not a
around
fan
some
of this tunnel.
guys.
They have Pharah.
Well, you gotta say something. Let's push.
So this is fine right here. Stay in your Moira's Coalescence. If you just stay in your Coalescence, she's not Coalescing you. Oh my god.
It's
I'd be screaming.
Zarya's half. Zarya's one.
But just standing in the Coalescence and walking
Get this
forward,
Bridget. Get this Bridget.
even if you're taking damage, would be a lot better than holding your shield up, because you're losing shield ability, like shield charge.
Can I get stunned?
then.
So they're still fighting this. This is crazy. They're staggering their brains out. See, now you guys are pushing up for staggers. This is crazy. Why didn't we do this sooner? Charge.
Zarya no bubble.
Finish it. Go for her. Go for her. You have it. You have
Alright,
that.
Zarya, you're not touching.
Situations like that, like help
McCree,
you,
get
your
the Zarya
McCree
behind
needs
us.
help,
Zarya
but,
behind us.
or your Brigida needs help, not McCree. But
Zarya gas
it's okay to just go on her. I know you want to stay with the cart and whatnot, but like asking your
Alright, so
team
just kill
someone on
yourself?
cart on someone on cart and someone says yes, that means you're now
Alright,
free to
what you
go.
up? Push in, push in.
So you're doing it a little bit right here. You're doing the shield skips, so you know how to do it. You know how to. You're discorded though, that's big. Call me crazy here,
Please watch the junk.
but right here, I would have walked up and shattered. Right here. I would have took the 2-man. Why? Because they're still staggered. Because you staggered the shit out of their Zarya. If you walk up and shatter here and it's just these two, you could tell your team 2 down, and they look towards it. You can either go for the Zen on the charge, or go for the the Diva on the charge. Or if you were close enough, let's say you were right here and you got the shatter off, if you were close enough, you could have got a swing, then a charge, or a swing on both of them and not killed them, but your team could have followed up at least for the Zen. No one was behind you? Your Diva's right here. That's more than enough. A Zenyatta on the ground while your Diva, even if she doesn't have micro missiles, is standing over her. If you get a fire strike or a swing or anything, he's dead. 100%. You can kill him on your own. Shattering this fight would have been what I would have done. Just seeing opportunities. Because being just pressing Q or just using your ult is not a bad thing to do. Even if it's small value. So they use trans.
They probably got grabbed. Watch.
Oh, I skipped forward, my fault. Here's another opportunity to shatter, right here. So another opportunity here is when they bombed your team is right
There's a
here. You could have jumped back towards your team a little bit when you turn around here.
No.
Turn around. You don't ever turn back around. There's a couple targets here you could have shattered. Right here. There's a Zen and a Brigida. Another good shatter. So you get a good cap here. You still haven't used shatter, which I'm not a fan of because you could probably have
Alright,
another
we've
one
got
by
2
now.
max.
Out of my...
So-
Diva, how long till ult?
Playing more aggressive here as Reinhardt is probably one of my bigger things for you. I'm also really weirded out by why there's such a big gap here between what it says for your latency and the top of the screen. I think, is that just a console thing? Because
That's
that's
fine.
freaking me
It's fine. That's fine. Barrier gone.
So, 2 more opportunities to shatter. right when you walked up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Don't have that many ults left.
Right here. 1, a 2, a 3, and I'm pretty sure there's a 4th one behind him. Even if she bubbles, there's even the one that's way in the back too would be 5, but I don't think you're reaching that.
Reaper on the right.
All right.
So here's number 2, right here. Number 2. 2 opportunities.
Gone. All right, let's push in. Push in. Push in.
2
Push in.
opportunities to shatter. Wasn't really done.
Reaper
Nice, nice,
behind.
nice, nice, nice.
On the right.
Hit him with a Helix. He's weak.
Number 3, right here. Right here. Now you kind of got boosted away. Hold on. Right here. 1, 2, 3, and there's somebody up here too.
Can someone get Rat?
He's looking for the ult.
Rat's on point.
Reaper,
Rat's on
Reaper.
point. Where'd Rat go?
He's back.
Rat's high ground.
What would this? Is this number 5? Is this? I think this is shatter opportunity number 5. You could have got the Diva and the Lucio right there. 6. The reason I say 6 there is because the Moira is going to fade. There's 7 right there. If you would walk forward, right here, at this, right here. Sorry, let me go back a second or two. Right here. If you kept walking forward, 1, 2, 3. 3 more. This is opportunity number 7. 8.
Reaper behind again.
Yeah, Reaper. Slow.
9. 9 it comes down. 9 we get a good one. I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
Just Moira on point.
Who's contesting?
Kind of getting a loss in the sauce a little bit. You would have had her. You changed direction. What made you change direction? Did you see something? No, you just... Oh, you went for the Junkrat in the air. That sucks. So again, when we talked about aiming for a target while you go for the charge, if you just went straight right here the whole time, you actually probably would have hit this Diva. Or at least clipped her. But I like you at least being a little bit more aggressive here at the end. You need heals, though. So I definitely go back towards your team. Put your shield up. Swing on this Lucio. The second you started receiving heals, start swinging. Because the heals are coming. You'll be fine. Oh, no. That's tragic. You can't back out. You can't back out. This is last fight. This is last fight. You can't leave. You're leaving your team. If you kept swinging and doing damage here, it might be a different story, but this game's over.
Putter out at the very end.
Oh, we've got a chance.
So what?
No, you don't. This game's over. So at 20 seconds, you don't realize that it's last fight, and you back out. Right here. You're backing out. You're scared that you're down, but you need to fight this out. Like, it doesn't matter. You have to fight.
Need some heals. Oh, great.
So how could we have played this last fight differently? Biggest question. So after you go aggressive here, start moving back towards your team, call for heals. And when you call for heals, the second you start receiving it right here, you're starting to receive it, start swinging. That Lucio is a nice swing target. Could have hit him twice by now. If you hit him twice, not only do you make him low enough for somebody else to kill him, but you bring up your ult charge quite a bit. If you don't back out here, you're still climbing on your ult charge. You're not that far from a shatter. A big shatter could change this fight.
Need some heals.
You also have Fire Strike on cooldown.
Oh, great.
73, 78, 89, 90. You would have had it. 110%, and you would have had shatter for this last fight. And their Reinhardt's dead.
Putter out at the
This
very
would have been a
end.
big shatter.
Oh, we've got
Not
a
saying in that
chance.
position, you would have probably been a lot closer. But a shatter might have changed that whole fight.
Can we touch?
So just being able to tell the difference between when to shield and when to swing, especially when you know that the enemy team doesn't really have one-shot potential with like a Widow or a Hanzo or whatnot, is honestly one of the biggest, if not the biggest,
Oh no, I think that's
ability
that's it,
between
that's
a
it.
higher tier and a lower tier
Oh no,
Reinhardt.
that's oh no.
Because a lot of lower tier Reinhardts do what you're doing here, and a lot of shield.
So
A lot of shield, a
close.
lot of not going aggressive, a lot of, you know, I need to protect my team here, like, instead of realizing that you do damage. Because, you know, I think you've seen a lot of this stuff. I mean, you've been here for a while. There's a lot of games I have gold damage, gold kills as Reinhardt. You can absolutely frag out. It's okay. So yeah, what would be my 3 things I would say for you to take away here? I would say balancing your aggression because you're playing a lot of passive. I'd like to see more aggression, knowing when and when not to. 2, realizing your shatter ability and not being afraid to use it because you could have had 2 or 3 shatters in the time it took you to do one at the while you were coming towards last fight. And I'll link that with also having the ability to read when you should shatter and when you should not shatter, or seeing opportunities of when a good shatter is up. And 3, what I say is your third biggest. I would say your third biggest is your target calling. I don't really hear much target calling for you here unless you said it yourself, unless you're rolling, then you'll start talking. But if you're kind of getting shut down, you don't really talk. So yeah, that'd be pretty much my 3 biggest for you. Hopefully that helps you out quite a bit though, because I do see that, like, you know, obviously console's a little bit different. On console, I feel like you can play a lot more aggressive as Reinhardt. You're also the bigger target, so you're probably going to be focused more because you're easier to hit. But your squishy targets are probably going to have a hard time getting one shot, which is the biggest part of Reinhardt. Nearly as much. Yeah, I think the shield balance is huge. If I'm playing against like a Widow or somebody who's really good at like one-shotting targets, then I will walk up holding right click. I will walk up holding it, and I will not let that go because I know they're going to get deleted. But for you here, they're not going to die. You'll be okay. May not work in bronze, but you can critique each other post-game. I mean, do you really want 2 bronzes critiquing each other? Because I feel like you both don't really understand the game. If you're pretty much gold and below, you don't understand the game. Like, you have to really realize, I don't understand Overwatch at all. Like, not even a little bit. It's like, once you realize you don't understand the game and start to realize why you don't understand the game and start to actually learn it and take time, then you'll climb. I think I'd like to. I think you could honestly just work on a couple of little shield things, and you'd probably see drastic improvement.